what if I told you that one of the biggest suppliers of doctors to the United States isn't some big-name school in North America or Europe, but a single public medical college in Karachi, Pakistan? Well, it's true. This is the incredible story of Dow Medical College, and we're going to dig into exactly how it became such an unexpected global powerhouse.
All right, let's just start with a number because it really sets the stage. 3,232. So what is that? Well, as of 2018, that's the number of doctors from just one international medical school, Dow Medical College, who were licensed to practice medicine in the U.S. I mean, think about that for a second. A single college in Pakistan is a major pipeline of physicians for the entire United States. It's wild.
So that obviously begs a huge question, and it's the one we're here to figure out today. How in the world did a public college in Karachi become such a critical piece of the American medical system? To get to the bottom of this, we've got to go way back to the beginning. Okay, before we dive deep into the history, let's just get the basics down. Dow Medical College is a public school. It was started way back in 1945 in Karachi, and it was named for Sir Hugh Dow, who was the British governor of the area at the time. But trust me, these simple facts, they're just the tip of the iceberg for a story that's anything but simple. So let's talk about that impact. I mean, just how big is it? Well, it's no exaggeration to call it a medical superpower. And its story, well, it opens up a perfect window into a massive global trend. And you've probably heard of this trend before. It's often called the medical brain drain. Basically, it's when highly skilled healthcare workers move from one country to another, usually looking for better opportunities, higher salaries, or access to better technology. Now, for a country like the US, this is a huge win. But for Pakistan, yeah, it's a lot more complicated. And Dow Medical College sits right smack in the middle of this whole global flow of talent. So to really get a grip on how this school became such a global giant, we need to rewind. We have to go back to its super humble beginnings. And seriously, the difference between where Dow started and where it is today, it is pretty mind-blowing. Okay, picture this. The year is 1945. World War II has just ended. The world is trying to piece itself back together. And right there in Karachi, which was still part of British India, the governor, Sir Hugh Dow, lays the very first stone for a new medical college. And get this, just a few weeks later, the first classes were already underway.
And that first class ever? It was tiny. We're talking just 45 students. And the historical records from back then even point out that only one of them was a female Muslim student. Okay, now let's jump forward to today. That small school has become this powerhouse that sent thousands of doctors all over the planet, including, that staggering number we started with, over 3,200 practicing in the U.S.
But, getting from there to here wasn't a straight shot. Not at all. The college had to navigate some huge geopolitical shifts, constantly having to reinvent itself just to thrive. And this timeline really shows you what that journey looked like. So it starts out as part of the University of Bombay, back when it was still British India. Then, boom, 1947 happens, the partition of India and Pakistan. The college has to completely pivot. It first links up with the University of Sindh, then later with the brand new University of Karachi. And then finally, in 2003, it became the heart of its very own institution, the Dow University of Health Sciences. It is truly a story of constant adaptation. But of course, the real way to measure any school is by its people, right? By its graduates. So who are these people coming out of Dow? Well, their legacy. That's where you see the real, undeniable proof of this college's incredible impact. And man, what a legacy it is. We are talking about absolute titans of medicine here. You've got Dr. Adibul Hassan Rizvi, who founded Pakistan's premier institute for urology and transplants. There's Dr. Abdul Bari Khan, a cardiologist who runs a massive hospital network. Dr. Tahir Shamsi, he was the guy who pioneered bone marrow transplants in the country. And then you have graduates like Dr. Azra Raza, who's now a leading cancer researcher at Columbia University in the US. The list just goes on. And you know what's wild? Their influence stretches way beyond the hospital. A Dow graduate, Ishrat-ul-Ibad Khan, became the governor of the entire province of Sindh. That's Pakistan's most populated province. Others, like Nashin Hamid, have gone into politics. And then, for a little bit of a surprise, there's Fahad Mirza. He's a practicing surgeon who's also a famous actor and model. It just goes to show you, this place doesn't just create doctors, it creates leaders in all kinds of fields. So when you start to pull all these different threads together, the answer to that big question we asked at the beginning starts to come into focus.
You can really see exactly why this one college, from its tiny start, now really truly matters on a global scale. It really boils down to this simple fact. Dow Medical College is, quote, a large provider of physicians to Pakistan and also to the United States. It's playing this incredible dual role. It serves its own country while at the same time being this absolutely critical pipeline of talent for another country thousands of miles away.
And, this leaves us with an even bigger question to chew on. The story of Delk isn't really just about one college. It's like a mirror reflecting this constant, powerful flow of talent and knowledge all across our planet. It proves that education in one corner of the world can profoundly reshape society in another. So the question is, in our totally interconnected world, who truly benefits from a place like Dal Medical College? And what does its story tell us about the future of global healthcare? That's definitely something to think about.